Hi guys, happy Saturday Swatchfest. What's everybody up to today? I hope you're having a really good weekend. I can't believe we're at the weekend already again. My week has basically consisted of, I had a couple parent-teacher conferences this weekend. I had an IEP for my son, taking care of that kind of business, but mostly just chilling at home with the baby girl, trying to not bring in too many germs to her. You know, it seems like I had all these plans to just hermitize myself for an entire month and to really try to not bring anything in to let the baby get sick, but I don't know, stuff already had to be happening at like 2 and 3 weeks where she was still so little and I felt like I had to be taking her places, you know, just to get the kids to and from their different activities, and it's just like, please don't get sick, little baby. So anyway, that's kind of what my week has been. I've been trying to get back on track of my videos and stuff like that. If you watched yesterday's haul video, you will know that I have the OPI and the OPI Starlight collection coming in, and then the China Glaze Star Hopping collection. In case you missed that haul, I just put it up yesterday. But so you will see those reviews from me next week, hopefully, if they ever get here in the mail. So I'm excited about those. And of course, as you know, I told you about all kinds of videos that I have coming up, and I still didn't get them all uploaded for you because I just have too much stuff. So still lots of stuff coming. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? I hope you've been really well. We're just finally getting into fall-ish weather here. It's been like 80 degrees, which is definitely an improvement from 3 digits every single day. So we finally have been able to turn off the air conditioner. Thankfully, I know, I've been waiting for this day to come. Honor finally picked out her Halloween costume. She decided to be a scary witch. Although when we went to the costume store, I steered her towards the cute witches with like the rainbow colors because I just couldn't help myself. I really wanted a cute little witch running around the house for the next year because she'll probably want to keep wearing the costume every day rather than a scary witch. But I'm telling her she's scary. So maybe I'll put a picture in here of what she looks like. But she is so cute in that outfit. And she wore the costume to Disneyland yesterday and just had a blast. So this is their first year going to Disneyland for Halloween. Baby girl and I stayed home, of course, but they had a really fun time. So she's such a goofball, and she has her whole witchy laugh down, and it's really cute. So anyway, yeah. It's Saturday, so we're going to swatch. I have 10 random polishes from my collection that I'm going to share with you today. They are actually quite a interesting looking mishmash of colors here. They're just, like kind of clashy clash colors. I was kind of pulling things, and as I'm swatching them, I'm like, wow, these really don't look good together. But it was also actually kind of like going like, not treasure hunting, what is it? I felt like I was like just like dusting off old things. It was like, what is this at the bottom of this drawer? So anyway, we're looking at some oldies today. But if this is your first Saturday Swatchfest with me, welcome. And don't forget, everybody, if you're not bored of my Saturday giveaway by now, I give away a grab bag of polishes from my Store and Be site. But I also just, anyway, if you're here and you've already heard this a million times, you already know what to do. But basically, if you want to enter the giveaway, let me know from my Stormy site what grab bag you would like, or if you just want a mystery one where I just send you 6 random polishes. It's just my way of saying thank you and sharing some polish love with my very loyal subscribers that come every Saturday. I love you guys so much, and I love that you guys love Swatchfest. Sometimes I feel like I'm really boring. It's like, why do they show up on Saturdays? You're really not that fun. But that's generally what I think about myself anyway, that I'm kind of boring. But I'm also just, you know, talking about polish, and you guys really love it too, and of course that's why I made the channel in the first place. So let's get to talking about polish. I have my A+ polish on my nails today. It is one of the polishes I hauled yesterday if you watched that video, and we'll talk about that later. Let's start at red. So I have a red polish here. It's kind of like a burnished deep burgundy, but I say burnished because it has like this strong gold, very fine shimmer going through it. Anyway, it is Orly Temptress, and it looks like this. See, it's nice and dark and sexy. So let's see how she swatches. For pink today, I have Watermelon Watercolor from FingerPaints. I cannot help myself with the name of this polish. I love watermelon, first off, by the way. I love it so much. Watermelon Watercolor, that just sounds so fun. So anyway, it's this color here, and I mean, if you like pinks, it's pretty. I think I like this more than other kinds of hues of pink. This is kind of something that I'm more into. But, so yeah, we're going to see how 2 coats looks on the nail. Okay, for orange today, I have this polish that I hauled in my video yesterday, so if you missed it, you want to go check it out. It's nail polish and some beauty products and some other kind of random stuff. But I hauled this yesterday. It's from Illamasqua. I got it in a haute look order. It's called Optimist, and it's a matte polish, which they put like this rubberized cap on it. But I picked it up basically only because I feel like I never have orange or yellow excuse me, polishes to share with you guys. But I picked it up primarily, not even primarily, because I don't really like the color orange on my nails. I picked it up solely because it's orange, and I wanted to have an orange polish to share with you. And then I went overboard if you watched my haul yesterday, and I have lots of orange polishes coming for the weeks to come. So anyway, this I think is a very not nice color of orange. In fact, what it makes me think of is the color of my daughter's poop right now. So if you breastfeed a baby, their poop is a different color than if you're formula, like bottle feeding a baby. And her poop is kind of this color right now. So it's like a mustardy, orangey color. And so I see plenty of this right now. I probably would only wear this one time. And for this Swatchfest, it might have been enough. So, unfortunately, I paid Illamasqua. Well, I didn't pay Illamasqua price for this because it was on haute look, but I paid a little bit more than I would pay for like a regular old orange polish. But hey, c'est la vie, right? You know, whatever. So I'm going to show it to you. It does dry matte. Formula is just fine, but yeah, the color was not my favorite. Okay, so we're going to be talking about yellow now. So I don't have, actually I have a yellow, but I'm saving it for next week. So we already talked about an Illamasqua that I hauled yesterday in the same time that I hauled a yellow Illamasqua. So, yes, I'm not including that yellow. We'll talk about that next week. So this week I just included another neutral. This looked kind of like a ruddy orangey brown. But when I put it on the nail, it actually was just kind of more like a rosy tan color. And I actually didn't really care for this very much. And I know last week I was talking about how e.l.f. has tons of really, really great polishes, but they're kind of like boring shades, but that their quality is good. This one's called Champagne, and I was hoping that this was going to be more like orange brown, but it wasn't. It's more like I said, like a rosy tan with, and it does have some very, very fair holographic shimmer, like very, very fair. So you wouldn't look at this polish and be like, oh, that's holographic. No, but that's what it ends up doing when it's dried. It just gives it that like just a little bit. But you know what it makes me think of? When I was young and my mom had like these nail polish wheels, because she still is an independent consultant for the brand called Jafra. It's mostly a skincare brand, but it's makeup too. So anyway, she always had these nail wheels, and I would like try them on, you know, and it just seems like 20 to 30 years ago, all the nail polish was like either red or pink or brown, and that's it. And I was just like, at least I guess from what my experience was looking through her nail polish, but I was just like always so bored of it. And I remember that brownie stuff, like the brownish tan rosy stuff, I was like, bleh. Mom, why would you wear a nail polish like this? Bleh. Anyway, that's what this nail polish looks like to me. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'd never wear this polish again, because you really should not ever say never, because we're always changing our minds all the time. But I really didn't care for this one very much. So anyway, let's see how Champagne swatches. Today, by the way, it should probably be pretty obvious, but with a baby that's still just 3 weeks old, I'm really not getting very much sleep, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm here, but I really, really wanted to be here, which it's like, so I wasn't gonna skip, but just in case you're wondering what this is about, I'm just like, am I awake? Oh yeah, I'm awake. So anyway, all right, so we are on to green. So I said yesterday in my haul that I would include this week because I wanted to see how strong the duochrome kind of vibe was. This is the Covergirl Emerald Blaze polish from the Star Wars collection. I mentioned in yesterday's haul that this is a pre-released color, so they just kind of slapped the Star Wars logo on here for it, which is unfortunate. I feel like they really could have, you know, done some really cool stuff with all new colors, but anyway. Also, it's confusing because when you look online at like CoverGirl's website, they don't even include this one as a Star Wars polish, and like a bunch of the ones on the displays that I found yesterday weren't even included in that display. And then there were a bunch of colors on there, like a bright yellow and a bright blue, that I saw nowhere at Rite Aid in the whole display that I found, that like the people were just putting on the shelves. And so it's confusing, so I'm not really sure what that's about. But this has a Star Wars symbol on it, and it's this cool like green to red shift, very similar to Don't Kill My Vibe from the Oil Slick collection, kind of like that if you remember. But that polish has like way more effect, I think, than this one. You can still see the dichotomy of the polish, but it's not as strong. So, but I do think that this is cool. So let's take a look. Triple Shine Sparkling Water. And in the bottle, this looks like it's going to be Kick A greenish blue with a strong purple shimmer. And you have high hopes for this polish, and then you put it on and it's like, oh, you're very sheer. And you're gonna need like 3 to 4 coats. And I know that that's a general complaint that a lot of people had with a lot of polishes, especially not just like the straight creams from this line. A lot of the shimmery, really cool looking ones like this had that problem. So anyway, that was my experience with it too. Luckily, I didn't pay a lot for this polish. I think I got it at the 75% clearance at CVS. So anyway, I was just like, man, this looks so cool in the bottle, and then you put it on and it does still look cool, but it's too sheer, so you have to wear it as a topper or do like a million layers, which I wouldn't suggest. So I'm going to show you like 2 coats on its own, but then I'm also going to show you over top of something so that you can see like what your options are. Give you options, see what your options are. This I picked up a while ago and it just sat in the bottom of that swatching bin and I plucked it out today. It is OPI Sleigh Parking Only. So we're getting around to another holiday set and I'm sharing with you this one that I picked up probably last holiday that I still didn't wear. Okay, so it's like a deep dusty plum. And it is very, very dusty, so I actually couldn't really tell. I couldn't make up my mind very well whether I thought this was a neutral or a purple, but I decided on purple. And it is kind of watery, but it is absolute perfection. I had 2 coats. So I really, really like this. Absolutely, really perfect for fall and winter, so very apropos for a holiday collection, especially the way that OPI likes to do them. OPI likes to do very adult holiday collections. We'll just put it that way. And one of the reasons I wear nail polish and switch it up every day is because I don't like to feel like an adult every day, because an adult means responsibility. And if you're not an adult yet, just thank heavens for that, because the thing about being an adult is you have to have responsibility, and sometimes it stinks because sometimes you're the one that's in charge and everyone's relying on you, and actually not sometimes, all the time. Especially if you get to have a child. So if you have been frustrated lately about the fact that your parents tell you what to do all the time and you have to go to school and you don't want to, and you have a curfew and all the stuff that I used to really hate about not being an adult yet when I was a teenager, just take the second and take a breath and be glad that you're not an adult yet. For me, just do it for me, because when you're an adult you have to pay bills. I know that some teenagers do pay bills, but I didn't that really when I was a teenager, except for gas to get around. So just be glad and wear your awesomely fantastic nail polish. This one's not super bright. Wear your super bright orange nail polish and bask in the fact that you are not yet an adult and have to conform. Well, you know, you really don't have to conform, but you don't have to be responsible for another person's life yet or the bills. Be really glad for that today. Just do it for me. And just go out and do cartwheels and just have fun. I don't know. That's why I like to wear nail polish. And what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought, but I remember what I was saying now. OPI's holiday collections are very adult, as you will see with the upcoming OPI holiday collection. It is, I wouldn't say it's a snooze fest, but there are a few colors in there that are like, yes, awesome, amazing. Most of the other colors are very grown up and will appeal to you probably if you're only like very specifically looking for that polish. So that's my first impressions of this collection. I'm still going to review the whole thing for you guys. But in comparison to China Glaze collection right back here, they know how to have a party, right? They know how to have a party, which is why I like China Glaze, because I like goofing around and not being an adult on my nails. On my nails only. Okay, that was a really long off train of thought. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch this one now. Okay, for glitter today, we are going to talk about something that's not very adult, and it's an holographic glitter by Hansen, and this is called In the Spotlight. It's a bar glitter, which I know not a lot of people like bar glitters, but it's not a super long one, but it does still look a little bit hairy on the nail. However, the holographic reflects in this little baby, they are banging. They're like bright. I put it on and I didn't even have it like out in the sunlight or under any like I wasn't even taking this with flash or anything, and I was just looking at it. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. So this is really holographically reflective. Get it together, self. So anyway, it's in a clear base. So if you can put up with the bar glitters, this is going to be a great topper on anything that you want to just bling out. Let's take a look. In case you're wondering, I am not drunk. I'm just a little loopy. So, I don't drink. Nor would I while I was breastfeeding a baby. But I feel like you might wonder today, is she a little bit drunk? And the answer is no. I just need more sleep. And you know what I figured out yesterday? Oh my goodness, I figured this out yesterday. I've been pretty hormonal, right? And Tim's like tiptoeing around me and being like, okay, can I say this or is it gonna bite her head off? Like, we were talking about something the other day, and oh yeah, he said something, and then to my son about like something with my computer or something, about not caring if it's broken because he didn't want my son to break the rules anymore, something like that, right? And I was like, oh, you don't care about my computer? Oh, that's nice. And I was like, just kind of like half having an attitude, half not. He's like, what? And I was like, that's basically saying that you don't care about me. And I was just like, he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, because I use it for my channel and I use it for all different kinds of stuff that I do. And he's like, are you upset right now? And I was like, no, not really. You know, this is just how I am right now. And he's like, you know, I've kind of decided lately not to worry if I'm going to offend you, because lots of times when I don't think I'm going to offend you at all, you get upset at what I say. And then other times I say stuff and I think in my head, wow, she's going to be really mad that I said that just now. And it just goes like this, and it just rolls off your back and you're just like, whatever. Which is true, that's exactly how I am. But it's even more exacerbated when I'm pregnant or when I'm getting off of pregnancy and all the hormones are going like this. And so what I figured out yesterday is I said, I feel like I'm not dealing well. And then I said, you know what it is? I completely cut out chocolate. Not that I'm like a chocolate maniac or something, but you know, us women, it's really good for us to have a little bit of chocolate every day. It has some caffeine in it, and it's chocolate, so it's like invigorating, and for me, it kind of helps me ground a little bit. So I completely cut it out because Joy was getting a diaper rash, and I just felt, you can't, like, you're changing this little baby's diaper and she's crying all the time and she's got a rash on her butt, and you're just like, you know, baby crying all the time or having some chocolate, which one, you know, is more important to address? And so cut out chocolate, I cut out any citrus, I cut out dairy actually right now because I'm really trying to get rid of that rash, and I did that for like the past 5 days and the rash is gone. So guess what that means? Probably no more chocolate for me. Probably no more citrus. It took away all my grounding, like my, like zen, my zen stuff. Because I don't drink coffee, which when you are breastfeeding, it's probably not too good of an idea to have too much caffeine because then your baby's going to be awake and then you're really not going to get any sleep. But I don't drink coffee anyway, so I don't like have that daily fix. So it's like, if I was going to have like a daily fix of caffeine, it would be in some chocolate, but I cut it out. So, yeah, I figured that out yesterday. I was like, Tim, aha, I know what we can blame it on. No, anyway, I know. So, what were we talking about? I know, I keep getting super duper sidetracked. Okay, so we're talking about neutral. This is another polish that I couldn't decide if it was neutral or purple. And I put it in the neutral spot, but I think you could also say it's purple. It's kind of like a taupe and very, like a little drop of purple in it. It's a really cool color though. So anyway, it's called Lav-ish, but there's a hyphen in between Lav and ish. It's from Ulta. You know how I feel about Ulta. This goes on kind of sheer in one coat. Even at 2, you can still see the nail a little bit. But this color's so cool. So it's like this taupey purple, light, dusty color. But it has all this golden, it's like gold, red, and green shimmer in it. Very, very fine. Anyway, it's really, really cool. I want to share it with you now. I just love how you can pick this up and be like, oh, it's this cool like grayish purple color, and then you look at it and you're like, whoa, that has some really cool, packed with shimmerness inside. So, yeah, promise I'm not drunk. Polish. Have you figured out yet, if you watched yesterday's video and today, did you figure out what it is? It's the Wet n Wild polish that I hauled for you yesterday. Actually, I hauled 2 Wet n Wild polishes. They came from their limited edition collection. I saw the whole collection. It was there at Rite Aid yesterday. So if you hurry your buttons, you might see it at Rite Aid or Walgreens maybe. But I was going to pick up all the colors and just review them for you because they all looked kind of pretty. But I decided not to because it's limited edition and I didn't know if, like, I thought that might be a little bit frustrating if you aren't able to find these because they're limited edition. So they won't really be available for you to like just pick up online or whatever is what I was thinking. So anyway, I just picked up 2. I picked up this one because it was gorgeous and the other because of its funny name, which I was telling you yesterday. This one is the one called Feliz Navidad, and it's a purple and greeny gold base with larger light purple hexes in it. And it's a textured polish, by the way, which I didn't know when I picked it up. But warning, all the polishes in that collection might be textured polishes because this one is. So anyway, I got putting this on today and I was like, what does that remind me of? Because I knew I liked it in the bottle, and then I was putting it on and I was like, oh my goodness, that is a polish I already own. So then I went into my collection and I was like, yes, it is a polish I already own. So if you remember last year, the polish. Did I show you, by the way, what this one looks like? That's what this is. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell from here, but the polish that it is identical to is L'Oreal 2-dimensional, where it was that texture polish that was a purple and then a golden green, like where it's both, you know, where it's the two things. It's like a marriage of the two. And I opened mine up, and by the way, this one has completely got gloopy from last year. So if you had this polish and it's just been sitting, it might need some tender loving care, because this is a mess. So it definitely needs some thinner or something in there. But anyway, if you remember last year, there was a slight nail polish controversy over the fact that Color Club came out with that collection called 7 Deadly Sins, and it had all these textured polishes. And the one called Under Your Spell was one of the coolest ones, and it was the purple, of like a vibrant purple with that greenish gold thing in it, and it's textured. And then like 2 weeks later, L'Oreal came out with a 6 or 7 or 8 maybe, or 9, something around there, collection of the exact same thing. A lot of the polishes were similar, and this one was almost identical. You can barely tell any difference between them, of the exact same polish. So there was that controversy last year, and now Wet n Wild has the exact same polish out. So I was thinking to myself, are Wet n Wild and L'Oreal owned by the same people? Or possibly Color Club? I don't think Color Club, but I was thinking maybe Wet n Wild and L'Oreal were. But how strange is it? Like literally it just looks like they took the old bottles of this and probably every color in that collection, because as I'm thinking about it now, they all look very similar to the polishes in that collection. I'm gonna get indignant about this now. If I find out, if I do my detective work and find out that all they did was took the old bottles of the L'Oreal one and just dumped them in the bottles of the old spoiled bottles that are being discontinued now, and that's why it's limited edition, because they don't have very many of them, because they were already released as L'Oreal. Okay, that was me going down the rabbit hole of polished conspiracy theories. But seriously, you guys, I mean, they're just too identical. I mean, why are these, if they're not owned by the same company, why is Wet n Wild going, wow, that polish is so cool, let me look exactly how to make it and put it in my own bottle and like slap a limited edition sign on it and make everybody purchase it. So anyway, long story short, I know that those polishes are only like, they're like 40% off at Rite Aid right now, and they're only like $2 anyway. But if you already own L'Oreal 2-dimensional and or, like I own both, and Under Your Spell by Color Club, you don't need this polish. But it is very pretty. So I do have to say that I think that this one is a little bit duller in color, like when it finishes, than especially the Color Club one, maybe the L'Oreal one too. But anyway, that's my whole spiel about this polish. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it now. I hope that you like it as much as I do. But if you do already have those other ones, you definitely don't need this one. Alright, so that was the whole Swatchfest. I hope you enjoyed. I know I got a little kooky today, but that's just what happens. That's what happens. That's life. And especially, that's my life right now. So, I'm actually really enjoying. My house is so quiet today. I'm really enjoying that. It's making me be like, oh yeah, when you weren't homeschooling, you didn't have so many kids home all the time, and the house wasn't noisy all the time. Because I actually do really enjoy homeschooling my son, and I have forgotten what it's like when the house isn't noisy all day long. But anyway, Yeah. I hope you're having a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if you do want to enter the giveaway. I know maybe it's getting a little boring by now. But, yeah, I think that's it. Have a great day, everybody, and I love you so much. And I will see you back next time or tomorrow or any other day this week because I probably am going to try to get these reviews up. Trying to get the videos out that I have been promising you guys. So, anyway, I love you so much. Have a great one. Bye. Hello. Hey guys, surprise! This is 4 hours later and a couple feedings have gone by and she decided to actually wake up after a feeding instead of go right back to sleep. So, we're gonna say hi, aren't we, baby girl? So here she is. And she has the hiccups right now, which she almost constantly had when she was in my belly. Huh. Those are some really bright lights, huh, baby girl? I know. We won't look at them very long. We're just saying hi. You want to stand up? Say hello. Hello, everybody. It's me. It's me. You were waiting to see me. I know. You want to go back to sleep. Well, this is Joy, everybody. And we're so happy she's here, huh? And this is your first time on my channel. No? You're meeting all your new friends. Can you tell everybody, say see you later? You're gonna do a little smile almost? Oh, so concerned. Oh. Yeah. Okay guys, well we'll see you later.